Chapter 2. Understanding what an ADU is. In the previous chapter, we talked about why this guide exists and why so many homeowners are exploring accessory dwelling units as an opportunity for their property. In this chapter, we're going to start with the foundation of everything that follows. We're going to answer a simple but important question. What exactly is an ADU? Because once you understand what an ADU is and what it can become, it becomes much easier to see the possibilities for your own property. An ADU stands for accessory dwelling unit. It is a secondary residential unit that is built on the same property as a primary home. In simple terms, it's a small independent home located on a residential lot that already has a main house. An ADU is designed to function as its own living space. This means it typically includes a kitchen, a bathroom, a sleeping area, and a separate entrance. Because it contains all the elements of a small home, an ADU can be used for a variety of purposes. Some homeowners build ADUs to create rental income. Others build them to house family members, and some use them as guest houses, offices, or flexible living spaces. ADUs have existed for many decades, and they have become significantly more popular in recent years due to changes in California housing laws and the growing demand for housing. Other names for ADUs. You may have heard ADUs referred to by several different names. Some of the most common ones include granny flats, in-law units, backyard homes, guest houses, and second units. These terms all describe variations of the same concept, a smaller home located on the same property as a primary residence. In California, the official term used in building regulations is accessory dwelling unit, or ADU. Why are ADUs so valuable? ADUs offer something that is relatively rare in residential real estate. They allow homeowners to add additional living space and additional housing to a property without purchasing new land. This creates several potential benefits. For some homeowners, ADUs provide rental income. For others, they provide housing for family members. And for some property owners, ADUs significantly increase the long-term value of their property. In areas with strong rental demand, ADUs can become an important source of financial flexibility. They can help offset mortgage payments, they can provide long-term investment income, and they can allow families to adapt their property as their need changes over time. The different types of ADUs. Not all ADUs are built the same way. In fact, there are several different types of ADUs that can be created on residential properties. The most common include detached ADUs, attached ADUs, garage conversion ADUs, internal ADUs, and junior ADUs. Let's briefly look at each type. Detached ADUs. A detached ADU is a separate structure that is built somewhere on the property, usually in the backyard. These are often the most recognizable type of ADU. Because they are separate from the main house, they offer privacy for both the primary home and the ADU. Detached ADUs can vary in size, but many are between 500 and 1,200 square feet. They function essentially like small standalone homes. Attached ADUs. An attached ADU shares at least one wall with the primary house. It may be created by expanding the existing home or by converting part of the structure into a separate living space. Attached ADUs often cost less to build than detached units because they can share portions of the existing structure and utilities. Garage conversion ADUs. A garage conversion is one of the most common types of ADUs in California. Instead of building a new structure, homeowners convert an existing garage into a livable unit. This can sometimes reduce construction costs because the structure, foundation, and roof may already exist. However, garages usually require upgrades such as insulation, plumbing, electrical work, and new windows or doors to meet residential building standards. Internal ADUs. Some ADUs are created inside the existing home. This may involve converting unused space such as a basement, large bedroom, or other area into a separate living unit. Internal ADUs can work well in homes that already have extra space that can be separated by the main living area. Junior ADUs. A junior ADU, often called a JADU, is a smaller unit created within the existing home. Junior ADUs are typically limited to about 500 square feet and may share a bathroom with the main house. Because they are smaller and involve fewer structural changes, they can sometimes be faster and more affordable to create. Choosing the right type of ADU. Each of these ADU types has its own advantages and limitations. The right option depends on several factors, including the size and layout of the property, local zoning rules, construction budget, and the intended purpose of the unit. Later in the series, we'll take a much deeper look at how to determine which ADU type is best for your property. But before making those decisions, homeowners need to understand something that has dramatically changed the ADU landscape in California, and that is state housing laws. Because over the last decade, California has passed several laws that make building ADUs significantly easier than it used to be. Understanding these laws is the next step in evaluating whether your ADU could work for your property. In the next episode, we'll explore the California laws that have made ADUs one of the fastest growing housing opportunities in the state. If you're interested in learning what might be possible on your property, you can find additional planning resources and ADU guides at strategicadu.com.